Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for dropping in. If you've not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time we upload a new video. Yes, that is a baby car seat in the back of my truck, but it is not mine. It is not my son's. All my boys are somewhat grown up. My youngest is 13 to my oldest is 30. And that is my granddaughter's. So we are actually at football practice tonight, getting ready for a very early 9 a.m. game, 8 a.m. practice tomorrow morning. But anyway, so we got the car seat in the truck, and just wanted to drop in and give you guys a little bit of a market update from the day today, share a little bit about what we were in today, and hopefully you guys were in some of those stocks that I talk about in my prior videos, and just get an overall sense for what's happening in the market. So no real crazy news today, guys. We weren't throwing tariffs around. We weren't talking about crazy taxes. Nothing that would have caused real drama in the market. I will tell you though, the market opened up this morning, and the first thing I always look at is the SPY. And a lot of the stocks that I trade in every day follow the SPY. So a lot of those stocks did trend down first thing this morning. And that's okay, because typically like APLD, Applied Digital, is a stock that I day trade just about every day. Always has somewhat of a rundown in the morning at first open, and then after it gets about 10 to 30 minutes in, it turns around and it just starts running up, and it does a very steady volume building running up day. A lot of stocks that I typically get into in day trade did exactly that today. It was actually a beautiful day for run-ups, and I'm going to show you on the screen as we go through them. I took some notes just to kind of share with you some of the stocks and their results today. But the SPY actually itself dropped down, and then it actually went up. It actually opened at $522, and it closed the market at $533.94, but it hit a high of $536 today. I know that people that had calls on SPY today printed, made money on it. Good for you guys. But it closed at $533.94, so about a $14 swing today, and it had some up and down in it throughout the day, but overall a very good day for the SPY. APLD, which is my favorite, one of my absolute favorite stocks. Like I've said, never done me wrong. I'm always in and out of those daily, making some money. Has earnings on Monday the 14th after the closing bell. I'm very excited for that. I've actually already front loaded a lot of shares. I think I've got about 900 shares. No, I've got almost 1,000 shares of APLD in it right now. I know that company is solid. It's not going anywhere. So you're probably thinking like, damn, like you got 1,000 shares of stock just sitting there. Well, yeah, if you had a long-term hold, something you were planning on holding for long-term, you'd buy a lot of shares and you would leave it. And that's how people get wealthy, guys. That's how people get rich. And this channel is about learning about the best day trade stocks. And I do talk about some of my long-term hold stocks that make money. NVIDIA made great money for me this week. I sold out and got out. I'm waiting for a drop retest so I can buy back in. Let's see, what else? Palantir. I had a bunch of positions in Palantir, sold it, made a lot of money, got out. Guys, when you see 10, 15, 20% increases on a specific day, like the day that Trump did talk about pausing the tariffs, you got to take profit, man. I know that's like a lot of my retirement stocks, stuff I'm looking for, 3, 5, 10 years from now, but I can buy back in. I can buy back in at a lower rate than what I made money, got the money, put the money, bank the money, or reinvest the money in another stock or back into it. I can buy more shares. So think about that, guys. Now listen, I'm not giving any financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm not a wealth builder. I'm not any of those things, guys. I'm just the average Joe. That's why my channel's named Average Joe Day Trader. So this is all opinion. If you want to jump in and out and follow what I do, I have no problem with that. My very first video we ever made, you guys can go and look at it, is all about my strategy and how I look at the stocks and how I learn about the stocks. But do your homework, guys. Take a look at what you need to learn and understand on a particular stock that you like, and it could be any stock. Research the company. Is it a solid, strong company? Then day trade it, okay? And if you do a different company than I talk about in here, drop it in the comments. Help others, help me. I'd love to learn about other stocks that other people are trading and are making money in. Anyway, the ones I am making. So APLD, let me tell you what APLD did today. APLD opened at $5.15. It closed at $5.31. It had it had a high of $5.39. It was a quick one though, because it dropped back down. But let's say that you went in at 5.15 and got out at 5.31, where the market closed. Okay, that's a 16-cent increase. 500 shares, you made 80 bucks. Okay, 1,000 shares, $160. I mean, that's the kind of money I'm talking about, guys. My average is to make at least $100 per company, per trade each day. If I'm in and out of 3 different trades, my goal is to make at least 300 bucks. All right. And you guys need to set a goal, understand your risk, know what you're able to lose and not feel, upset about. Make sure you're trading money that is not money you're depending on to make payments of your house, your rent, buy food, car payments, all that. Use the money that is your quote unquote play money that you're using to build your future with and get rich on. SoundHound. SoundHound's one I talked about. Guys, not a huge day for SoundHound, but it still had a beautiful uptrend. It opened at $8.12 at 9:30 this morning and had basically where you could get out an exit point, $8.27. That's basically, what is that? 15 cents. Okay, 15 cents, 75 bucks. Not bad. If you bought 1,000 shares, 150 bucks. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. SoundHound's one that's solid. I probably should trade SoundHound a little bit more, but I know there's other stocks that I'm sharing with you guys that do make a little bit more money. And so you have the potential to make more profit. But let me tell you what SoundHound did do later in the day. If you were patient and you watched it, you learned your candlestick patterns and understand your charting, at 10:45, SoundHound went down to $8.08. So if you got in at $8.08 when it got to the bottom and you saw the candlestick turn and it was an engulfing or the 3 white soldiers or whatever the case is of your candlesticks showing it was getting ready to pop up, it did exactly that. It got to $8.40, guys. Okay? From 8.08 to $8.40, basically 32 cents. Okay? If you bought 500 shares of it, that's 160 bucks. If you bought 1,000 shares of it, 320 bucks. That's not bad for a day. SoundHound is a great stock to day trade. Here's one I mentioned to you guys that I did not get in at all. Okay, SMCI, Super Microcomputer. I love this stock. I love the company. They're having some issues right now. Nothing major, but the stock is a little unpredictable. They opened up at $33.76. And they basically closed at $33.15. Okay, so that's a drop. I didn't even touch it. I watched the charting on it, and there was nothing even worth considering. I moved on. Make sure you understand your candle patterns, guys. Intel. I brought up Intel to you guys yesterday. Intel, what a beautiful day. Look at this chart, guys. Look what Intel did today. Opened up at $19.25 and dropped to $18.48. I'm not excited about that, but I'll tell you why I am excited about it. Because I did get into Intel at the $18.48 bottom, saw the candlestick change, saw that it was getting ready to run bullish, and it closed today at $19.74. This was my winner today, guys. $1.26. And this stock, Intel, SMCI, usually do run within dollars. AMD, NVIDIA, they all run within dollars, so you have a potential to make good profit. And again, it all depends on your account, right? How much money do you have in the account to play with? All right, but $1.26, okay? If you bought 500 shares, that's $630. If you bought 1,000 shares, $1,260, guys, okay? If you bought 100 shares, right? Because maybe not everybody's trading 500 shares or 1,000 shares, right? Maybe you don't have an account, and that's okay. Maybe you have an account that's only a couple $1,000s, okay? So if you bought 100 shares of it, you could have made 126 bucks. Still a really good day, guys. Remember, my average is to take profit on 100 bucks each trade or each company. Another one I talked about a lot, guys, WULF. I've shared this one with you guys several times, and this is a great stock, guys, okay? This is a stock for somebody who wants to get in with lower money in their account and can make some good money. This stock typically is in the $2 range. It opened up at $2.23. It closed at $2.38. That's 15 cents. If you bought 1,000 shares, you made 150 bucks. If you bought 2,000 shares, you made 300 bucks, okay? And we're not talking a whole lot of money here, guys. I mean, you know, at $2.23, that's a great value and a great stock, and it's a strong company. Matter of fact, Wolf even had some really good news today. I was actually looking, when I look at the news, I go to Yahoo News, you know, Yahoo Finance News, and I read a lot of the news there. I also check on my Webull account. I pop on the news link and see what are they talking about, you know, and then I'll do Market Watch. But the news today for Wolf was pretty impressive. They actually have, you know, basically a buy rating with a target price of $4. Okay, it's at $2.23. Even if you bought Wolf right now at $2.38 and you held it for a period of time, that could make you some money, right? That could make you, especially if it hits $4. You don't really have to do much. So take a look at Wolf. And guys, I do recommend it, my opinion, not financial advice. I do recommend it as a good day trade stock. All right, the last one I want to share with you is one that you guys know I love if you've been watching me. It is SoFi, okay? Research SoFi so you understand what SoFi does. They're into a lot of things, customer-based, but a very impressive company. And SoFi is one that I typically like to day trade when I can. Some days the candles don't show me that it's tradable, but today was not one of those days. Today, look at this chart, look at what SoFi did. Beautiful uptrend, following the rest of the market. At open at 9:30, it was at $10.46. At about 10:45, after its drop, it was at $10.12. If you got in at $10.12, like me, and you rode it up to 4 p.m. close, if you had the patience to do that, some of these stocks I buy, and I sort of set and forget about it for the day. I leave them because I'm not worried about it. If I'm holding it till the next day or Monday, whatever, I don't stress over these. But I watched it through the day and I saw this total uptrend throughout the whole day. Right before the market closed at 4 o'clock, I sold out $10.71, 59 cents per share, guys. Okay. If you bought 500 shares, that's $295. Or if you bought 1,000 shares, you basically made $590. Okay. So pretty big money to make in one day as a day trader. Guys, there is money in the market to be made, whether you think today's a red day or you think today's a green day, it doesn't matter. If you understand how to chart and you understand how to read the candlesticks, there is money in the market to be made every single day. If you're a long-term hold guy, I have my portfolio where I hold on to stocks long-term. I already shared with you what some of those are. And I'm going to leave those. Those are going to be for my future. Obviously, I told you I sold a bunch of them out because of the crazy increase we had. But I'm in other stocks. They're still there. Nike, Fubo. I'm in AMD. I am in Amazon, Costco. Guys, these are great long-term hold stocks that are going to continue to do really well. Did I lose money with the recent SPY drop and everything that went on with the tariffs and all that? I did. I lost money. And then the money came right back because once he said, hey, 90-day pause, money came back. Money's back in the account. So I'm just waiting for those to continue to grow. And Lord willing, one day I'll pull up that account and be like, you know what, it's time to sell out, retire, and go buy my private island somewhere with my wife where we can lay in lounge chairs and drink pina coladas and enjoy the sunlight and bask by the water, the oceans, or the snow, depending on where we go. Anyway, guys, that is the market update. I'm just going to say, guys, that, you know, I share these trades, these stocks with you because I do, in my opinion, believe that these are some of the best day trade stocks. I'm going to continue to make videos talking about the best day trade stocks. But the ones I shared today, a lot of them are the same as I've been sharing for weeks. And guys, to be honest with you, you can pick any one of them. And like I said, look at the candles, understand the charting, and trade it. All right. So do me a favor, guys. Subscribe to the channel for me. Hit the like button. Hit that notification bell and drop us a comment. If you made money today in the market, or you took our opinion, based on some of these day trade stocks and you made money and you were successful, let us know about it. And hey guys, if you didn't, you lost money, tell us that too. We want to know, and we want to kind of understand, hey, what happened? And I'm going to share one thing with you that is super important that I live by. You only lose money when you sell. So if you buy a stock at $5.50 and it drops to $4.75, okay, you still own stock at $4.75. And guess what? The stock market is not about always going down. The stock market's about always going back up. And so the stock market will get back up if you are bag holding anything. I'm bag holding a bunch of different shares of stocks, and that's okay. I have some stocks that friends recommended to me that dropped, but they said, like, listen, just be patient. Just be patient. I remember I'm in one company. I can't remember the ticker, but it's basically a drone company. And, okay, it's worth like $1 something per share. I think I've got, I don't know, maybe I got in at $2 and something cents. It's worth $1 something now. I might have 100 shares of it. Okay, so maybe I'll wake up one day and it'll be worth $10 a share or more. Who knows? Depends on what the companies do and all that. Don't freak out. Don't freak out, guys. The intention of the stock market is for people to make money and to grow wealth and to become rich. And that's what I want to do. And I want you guys to do it with us. And that's what the plan is. Best day trade stocks. Going to talk about them as much as I can. Guys, have a great weekend. I will post the next video somewhere through the weekend talking about what my plan is for Monday and what stocks, based on my research this weekend, I will be focused on getting into. And I share all that with you guys. So hopefully you join us for the next one. Josh out. Peace.